And you are back on the Tortoise and Hare experience after a long vacation.
Was it a vacation?
Or more,
I don't know.
like
Vacation is the right word to use.
or more like a temporary absence.
A forced forced
sabbatical?
holiday. A forced holiday.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was all horrible. That's all I have to say.
Well, you're alive. I see you in the flesh.
I'm here.
You survived.
Fishy.
You're alive.
I'm doing the best I can to survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we need you to survive a lot more because if you die, then I need to find a new co-host, and we all know that takes forever.
Right, it does, and it would suck.
Exactly, and it took me forever to find you.
That's
so
true. That is true.
And that was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So glad that you're up and coming and alive.
Well, yeah, and I want to thank everybody for the support.
We'll get to the thanks. You have like such a laundry list.
Right now, before we start anything else, let me just say thank you very much for the support.
Okay. I didn't support you at all.
Well, you never do. You suck.
I was using it more like a marketing ploy. Like, Max might be dying. Listen to all the shows.
Right, yeah.
Before she's dead.
Yeah, you're nice. You're a good guy.
I totally
good
am.
friend, loving partner.
I'm a capitalist. I'm capitalizing on your,
Sorry.
It's not nice. It's not nice at all.
So what we like to do every experience, starting off with an experience. Was that your experience that you shared, or did you have like a billion more?
Well, you know me. I always have an experience or two to share. I will start because I've been away, and you talked way too much.
Yeah.
So, so let's talk about the hospital a little bit. I was in this amazing little hospital in the Valley in Los Angeles. I'm not going to name the hospital because it was so bad. The experience was so horrific. They were treating me and diagnosed me and released me with somebody else's charts. So, yeah.
Well,
you
never know.
Well, congratulations
it's insane to me.
Congratulations on your prostate surgery.
Thank you very much. I'm a manly man.
Did very well with that.
I did,
Good hospital. Wow, I'm so glad that the healthcare system here is on par.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. God, has anything ever happened to you like that? Have they, thought you were somebody else, treated you with some other, medications?
Knowing yes, not health wise. The experience I've been going through. I just so you know what sucks about growing old is that when you grow old or older, you start wanting to really take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And you think I am in the greatest shape. I'm doing really well. The only thing that always bothered me was my teeth. Not that I have bad teeth or anything like that. It'd been like 10 years since I've gotten a dental check. So back in May, I decided, hey, let me get a dental check. Went in, they're like, you need 1 crown. I got that 1 crown put in. Mm-hmm. Then lately I've been doing a lot more checks, and now I needed 2 crowns. So a month ago I got, if anyone's ever gotten dental stuff done, it's not fun. It sucks, but like you're in there and like it was just crazy because like I'm in there, a kid's screaming, going crazy, and you just want to smack the kid and be like, hey man, this is part of the deal. Like this is part of the deal. When you mess up your teeth or whatever, like this is the outcome. This is what you have to do in order to get good teeth. I know as a kid you're like, well then I'll just have bad teeth forever,
right,
but
they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. But as you grow older, you start understanding not that teeth are that important, but you start noticing like, man, like there's a little degradation amongst humans with their, teeth deformities. Yeah. Or if they have none, and it's not a prejudice thing. It's just something that we all tend to look at or notice. And, so I've been trying to take care of my smile. I just got 2 crowns put in, but they didn't fit. So they had to go back. They
measure that stuff?
Yeah. Have you ever gotten a crown?
No, I have perfect teeth.
Yeah, okay. we'll see in a bit.
Was this done at a hospital in the Valley?
No. It was done at a dentist place. That's why it's like, well, it's not really a hospital, but it's in the kind of health realm because, well, it's so crazy. Well, here's the thing. in the office, and when you're there and you're just like looking around, you start reading all the stuff. You start reading all the funny dental humor stuff. There was a chart, and it said that your teeth pretty much affect your entire body.
They do.
And I didn't realize that. I was like, why would my teeth infect or just affect my entire body? But it starts showing you nerves and stuff like that. And, you start thinking like, whoa, teeth are like very important. They're not just something that I use to eat,
It affects your heart and everything.
Yeah.
Your endocrine system. It's a rainy day.
Yeah, totally.
My tongue's floating down the street.
So so that was the experience of having to go get measured and then go get remeasured, and they had to Novocaine me like 3 times on one side, and that just sucks.
Novocaine? What do you? I thought you were like a Marine.
Yeah, but I'm a Marine that doesn't want to feel pain.
Well, come on.
No, you don't understand. They actually
You're a girl.
Well, you know what? I'm very sensitive. I have very sensitive teeth. Like if I drink cold water, my teeth react. It's to the point now where it's starting to get so cold in the season that when I brush my teeth, I have to use like really hot water because those bristles really affect, just like my body, when brushing.
Wow, you're just a big baby.
No, I'm just in tune with my body. I'm just very in tune with my body.
I had no idea.
I don't subject myself to punishment unless it's, unless I have to.
Unless, like, you're a girl.
Yeah,
girls subject themselves to punishment all the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, girls have a much higher tolerance of pain because they, like, push humans out of their vaginas.
That's true.
It's,
That's true.
Guys.
Volkswagens.
Yeah, guys.
Right out of there.
All we do is just take massive dumps. There's like there's such a difference. We don't do 7-pound dumps.
I don't know. There are some people around here, right? Yeah. And on that note, let's welcome Bill Buckman to the
Speaking of
couch.
massive dumps, hi, how you doing? How's it going?
So sorry to introduce you like
That's
that.
the best intro I've ever had.
Well, we do aim to please around here.
I appreciate it.
On the Tortoise and the Hare experience. Do you have an experience to share with us?
Well, I don't have any experiences like those two.
Thank God.
I have a positive one.
Yay.
I just got back from Thailand.
Yay.
Nice.
On my honeymoon.
Yes, congratulations to you,
very
Lauren.
Much. Thank you. Where I got to ride elephants.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. And before people freak out, the elephants are abused in Thailand. I got so many notices, from people saying, those elephants are all abused. We actually stayed at an elephant sanctuary where they were rescued and round-the-clock veterinary care and treated very well. And if they don't respond well to working with people, they're put out in this huge area that just to let them be. So it was. I honestly was nervous as all hell, knowing that I was going to be around these huge beasts that could kill me in a heartbeat. But never once did I feel like I was threatened.
Super gentle.
So gentle, and so like all they wanted to do was
really big dumps on the elephants.
Yeah, now those are huge dumps.
Those are big dumps.
There were those. There were plenty of those. But yeah, all they wanted to do was just take bananas out of your hand.
Okay.
I think I saw some video of.
Yeah,
you
I
guys
posted video.
Yeah, it was like a breakfast.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it was nice.
At the sanctuary, they brought this elephant up to just outside the restaurant every morning at 8:30. Watermelon was the elephant's name, and they had a big, huge basket of bananas, and you go feed them, and it was really it was amazing.
Did you feel like you were living in the Jungle Book?
Yeah, when we did go riding them, and we went into a lake with them, and the huge elephant disappeared from underneath me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Well, no, I stayed on it, but it went completely underwater except for the trunk sticking out.
That's
and
cool.
It was like the coolest thing in the world, and it ended up being the coolest water fight ever. The elephants were nailing everybody.
Are they trained for that, or?
Yeah, they're trained for it, but
That's really cool.
they seem to be, they didn't seem like they were distressed at all. And it was amazing.
What did you bring back from there?
An elephant.
I
snuck one in my trunk.
What did I physically bring back?
Yeah.
We actually went.
That we're allowed to talk about on the air.
Oh no. Yes. We went to a jade factory on the border town between Thailand and Myanmar. And
What's a jade?
Jade,
jade, the
Stone.
mineral jade.
Well, I've never heard of this mineral before.
What?
It's,
What's wrong with you?
it's a greenish hued rock.
Okay.
Yeah, every Chinese restaurant
yeah.
has jade because of its healing powers.
I didn't know it was healing.
luck
And
for
they're mined
money.
out of that Asian, you know, that
Okay.
area of Asia, with China and Thailand and that area. So
Break me off some. Shit, man.
I don't think you can.
so we
do
brought
that.
home a jade elephant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which
Nice.
was really cool.
You put that by your front door.
Put it by our front door.
Yeah,
Well, it's in our
that's-
living room, looking at the front door.
Nice.
So,
A pineapple on one side of your door,
Yeah.
and a jade elephant will bring you prosperity.
and SpongeBob.
And SpongeBob. And it will.
Right on.
I'm fine with that.
Right?
Um,
SpongeBob in your bed.
Yeah, philbuckman.com. That's where people can reach you at.
Yeah, it's an older website. I got to update that. But the more up-to-date stuff is facebook.com/whoisphilbuckman.
Okay.
Who is Phil?
Who
Buckman?
is Phil Buckman? I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I think the world is trying to
Yeah,
figure
well,
that out.
I don't know about the world, but maybe
Well,
maybe my world.
No, your world, that's all that matters,
Right.
really.
Well, exactly.
I'm just writing it down, making sure people go to who is Phil Buckman from facebook.com.
Mhm.
Who's Turtle?
Who's he's me. He's all of us. There's
He's the
You know?
turtle with the bad teeth.
yeah. Well,
The bad
I
crowns.
never said bad teeth. I just said that I'm really starting to take care of my body. You
Yeah.
know, more. Well, I mean, because I've done it through yoga. But there's no like fix your teeth through yoga move.
Well,
that you
no.
can do.
But that is actually true that you can fix your jawline with yoga moves. So that will affect your dental health.
Okay, I didn't see that.
It's all related.
Apparently, there's
Namaste.
yoga for everything. Apparently,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
it is.
Have you
You know.
been? Do you do yoga or anything like that?
I don't at the moment, but my wife and I have been talking about getting into it. We've done it a little bit, but we're talking about definitely getting into it as we're getting older.
Yeah.
Some of the old stuff that I used to do can't quite do anymore. I used to be. I mean, any kind of crazy extreme sport I used to do, and that's why I have had 6 knee operations and just had another epidural in my back last week, and
Awesome.
I beat the hell out of myself. I was a martial arts instructor for a while. I was a kiteboarder for a while. I mountain bike now, and I surf. That's about as extreme as I go.
I've always wanted to surf.
It's fun.
Surfing
Yeah.
is the greatest joy in my life.
You
That's-
surf?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I saw a
yeah,
photo of you. That's right, with the longboard.
No,
Just the other day.
I'm actually not a longboarder. That was a photo shoot, but
What?
Yeah,
Lying?
I know.
What?
I know. I'm lying.
I
I'm a
longboard.
shortboard because I'm from the East Coast, so
I longboard. It's just
Yeah.
it's.
Well, that's you're from. Well, you're from
I'm
Queens.
from New York, but I grew up
Yeah.
out here. I grew up out here in LA.
All right, then you have an
Um,
excuse.
Yeah.
Longboard.
But I used to make fun of surfers. The whole, dude, Zen.
Yeah.
You don't understand. It's so cool. Until I went out and I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It really is. There is this Zen about it that it's the most centering thing you can do. Maybe next to yoga.
It is.
But you're literally alone. Even if you go out with people, you're surrounded by people. You're alone. It's you pitted, for lack of a better word, against Mother Nature. And usually you're trying to work in harmony with Mother Nature and ride waves, to a satisfactory ending.
Right.
And you can go out there and have an amazing time one day, and the next day you go out there and get your ass handed to you, and it makes you realize how small and insignificant we as individuals are.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very humbling experience.
There's this joke. I forgot who said it, but it's the part where they're like, man, people. We're trying to save the earth. Guess what? The earth ain't going anywhere.
Right. That's
like,
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, the earth is gonna outlast all of us.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
How
I just
arrogant
don't
are we?
know.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know about that. But surfing for a musician, I think, is a really important thing to do because you're in solitude
Hmm.
and you can really hear yourself
Yeah.
for the first time probably in your
And
life.
There's definitely a rhythm
Mhm.
to it.
Yeah, watching the waves,
Mhm.
Knowing how the flow is, the
Yeah.
ebb and the flow, and it's really an important thing, I think,
Yeah.
for
it-
musicians.
Definitely more to it than just jumping
Right.
on a board and sliding
Yeah.
down the surface.
But not only that, like psychologically, because what happened was, you were humbled because you didn't give this one thing a chance, and then when you finally did,
Right.
you were able to see that perspective.
Yeah.
Did that falter to anything else? Like, did you like start taking second chances at other things that you didn't know about?
Yeah, I mean, well, it just it opens your eyes to. I mean, one thing we do have in music business or acting or anything like that is there's a lot of people that really think they're amazing. They think they're awesome,
Right.
and and there are people that are talented that don't have that sort of attitude about them. Those are the ones you learn you want to hang out with more. People that don't take themselves for granted, or they realize that they're definitely a smaller part of a bigger picture. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
But you get that. I get that from surfing. I mean, I sort of had that philosophy beforehand. It always cracks me up when people think they're so cool,
Right.
and they're so great. And I worked with a lot of them, and the payoff is that they stay at a certain level, and those that appreciate tend to flourish.
It's true.
But
It's true.
but don't you think we need those people? Not in the sense of like every day, but we just need to see someone like that to know, like where we are in our level.
Why? Why do we need that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say that you need that. You see that and you try to help them realize, and some people are just beyond help, and you just let them flounder. You have no other choice but to let them flounder in their own filth.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I always tell people all the time that floating is the way to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom from your mind, from your body,
Yeah.
your existence, and being a part of the ocean and floating, not only in the water but above it,
Mm-hmm.
brings you to this oneness with yourself, and you start to realize that there is such a bigger world out there,
Sure.
and you are so insignificant.
Speak for yourself. I'm significant.
Have you ever physically done it, like in sensory deprivation?
I have.
Have you?
I have.
That's one thing I really want to do.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's very scary. I'm a diver, so
Yeah. Me too.
I've
Well, I was.
always been there, and sometimes you get the bends, and you actually have to go into the deprivation tank
Yeah.
anyway,
Well,
just to to clear. And
Have
having
you
that
gotten
time,
the bends diving before?
I have a little
Really?
bit, not too bad.
Yeah.
But
I've
without
narked
doing-
before.
Have you?
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, that's narking is when your nitrogen levels in your blood
Yeah.
go off the chart and you start hallucinating. That's how a lot
Yeah.
of divers die.
Yeah, that's
Um,
scary.
Luckily, when it happened, I realized exactly what was happening. I was doing a night dive, and I was about 90 feet, and I literally hit a level, and all of a sudden, we were it was off Redondo Beach, and we were following the contour of the ground. Everything was crystal clear and sandy, and then all of a sudden, everything got really blurry, and I just looked at my instructor, and I gave him the hand signal that I was narking. So we went up. I went up 5 feet, and I was clear again.
Wow.
So.
Did you think that you were in Davy Jones's locker? Like, is this? He keeps it really, really jam packed.
No,
He's a pack rat.
For whatever reason, I've had this. I have this. I don't know why. I have this ability to sort of see through things. Like you hear people taking drugs and going on bad trips and freaking out or whatever. And not that I've ever done any kind of crazy drugs, but I've gotten high as hell before, and you see people that freak out like they don't know what's happening to them. In my mind, I'm able to rationalize and say like, okay, it's just the marijuana. Medical. I have a license. It's okay.
I'll check your.
I have my card on me.
Yeah. Do you have any medical on you?
I don't.
I'm gonna have to check that.
I don't.
Let's see.
But I've been able to like see through it and say it's just this element, or it's just too much, too many beers or whatever. And I've been able to like kind of keep myself together on that for whatever reason. So I was able to do that when I narked underwater, which is really fortunate because there's a lot of people that don't. there's a story I knew of in Club Med in Turks and Caicos. There were these divers, the dive masters that all worked there. They used to go and they used to bounce dive, which is dangerous. It's where you go way below where you're supposed to try to narc and then come back up. And these guys did it, and these two guys did it together. Well, there were 4 divers out. 2 guys went down. They started narking, and they kept swimming down because in their minds it was full euphoria, and they thought they were invincible. And the other 2 guys didn't quite get to the level and just watched them swim down and down and disappear.
Yeah.
And they never found the divers. So it's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
There's a group that is actually supporting me right now called the Global Surf Network that is surfers and divers from all over the world that get together, and what they have are film and music festivals to raise money for surfers and divers who have been injured, and then they take them out and have them surf again. So they have all these volunteers come on the beach and put them back on the boards and
That's awesome.
take them back out, people that are in wheelchairs, and it's an amazing thing. And so check them out, globalsurfnetwork.org.
Was that started by that one surfer? There was one famous surfer who died, or not died, sorry. He was paralyzed. He was pitched off his board.
Oh, the guy you're talking about, Jesse,
Is that his name?
in Malibu?
Maybe. I can't think of who it is, but he was a professional surfer, and he has a whole organization,
Yeah.
if it's the same guy.
No, it's not the same guy.
Oh.
This is, they're out of the East Coast and out of Hawaii. And I think Dick Dale is a part of it.
Very
and
cool.
Yeah, it's a really big organization. Them and Killer Surf Dogs.
Nice.
Yeah.
So because you like surf, do you play the ukulele a lot, or play a lot of?
What?
Well,
Why do you associate that? What do you
Right?
think?
Full disclosure.
Just because of the one guy.
full disclosure, at home, yeah. I do. I have a ukulele.
So
sitting
I'm
by my couch.
disappointed. I'm disappointed in you now.
See, I can see
Yeah.
you.
Is there a tambourine there too?
We don't have a tambourine. We have next to the couch. I mean, there's a keyboard. There's 4 guitars, an acoustic bass, a mandolin, and a ukulele.
Nice.
Just
So
because
your wife now, Lauren, is also a musician.
she is.
And you do a band with her?
I don't do a band with her. She has a band called Better Off Blonde, which we're gonna play a track from them in a little bit.
Yeah.
You can play it next.
With her,
Slept with someone else.
Slept with Someone Else Today is the name of the song, and they're a comedy pop duo, and they play acoustic a lot, and sometimes they do have a full backing band, and I'll play with them when they have their backing band, but I'm not officially a member of the band.
Nice.
I'm just the guy playing bass.
I have always loved comedy music.
Yeah.
Flight of the Conchords is one of
Yeah.
my all-time favorites. I just saw Tenacious D.
Uh-huh.
Who else have I seen? Those 2 are the ones I can remember.
Yeah.
for right now. But
That's fun.
I've always enjoyed that type of music. I think it's much more fascinating because it's you're making somebody laugh, but at the same time making a point at the same time, while creating this really cool music. It's
Right.
Their songs are funny. They have one song called "I Switched to Gays," that's a parody song. That one is actually "I Will Survive," and they changed the lyrics. The rest of them are all full original, but they have this huge gay following, which is awesome because they met my wife and her partner met working at the Abbey. Bartenders at the Abbey.
The Abbey, for our listeners across the globe, is a West Hollywood tradition for the gay and lesbian community, but everybody is welcome.
Yeah, it wins the best gay bar in the world every year.
Right.
And it's one of the most successful. Forget just gay bars. It's one of the most successful bars and restaurants in the country.
wow.
Yeah, it's a fun place.
It's a lot of fun.
We should do a show there.
We should do a show there. That would be fun.
Bring out the band.
Yeah.
You know.
They actually shot their video for which song? One of their songs. Oh, for "I Switched to Gays." They shot it at the Abbey, and they play it there all the time.
That's
Okay.
great.
We just heard the song "Slept with Someone Else Today" by Better Off Blonde. Your wife is in that.
She is.
That I hope that title isn't about you.
No, it's not about me. It was taken from an idea that probably not at liberty to say, but it had nothing to do with me.
Okay.
But yeah, they have a video. You can go to their website, which is betteroffblonde.com, and see the video. And they shot it pretty much in our house. And so there's a scene with where my wife is in bed with another guy in the video. What you don't see is me off camera, sitting against the wall with my cup of coffee, just watching.
Glaring.
Glaring. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what kind of freak are you?
All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No.
That would have been an interesting photo, though.
Right?
I know.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I was like literally hunched down on the floor, just like, yep, that's my wife.
Yeah.
But you being an actor, she has to watch you do that quite often.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done it in a while, but yeah. She's seen some scenes.
Yeah.
So
And
my scenes were always tame.
Let's talk a little bit about your acting career because,
Okay.
most everybody knows you as, Phil Buckman, bass player from Filter and,
Right.
Amazing musician. But his acting resume is pretty extensive.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
Acting was fun. I haven't done it in a while. I'm looking to get back into it. I do voiceover work now. That's like my main thing, which we can talk about in a bit. But
Are you a cartoon character?
commercial mostly, commercial and promo. Yeah.
Well, there is a World of Warcraft, I believe.
World of Warcraft. I did the commercials for World of Warcraft
Yeah.
for about 3 years. Like the ones with Ozzy and Mr. T.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was the voice at the end of those.
What were you saying? Like, in a world? Or
No.
whatever?
I was like, World of Warcraft, watch, come, whatever. I don't know. I don't play the game. So.
Yeah.
I know.
Breaking
news.
news.
I don't play games.
Don't
I'm
say
busy
that out
work. I
loud.
work. I'm busy
No.
working and doing my stuff.
No, he plays all the games.
I play all the games.
He eats Hardee's and
I eat Hardee's
what's
and
the other?
Carl's
AKA
Jr.
Carl's
And Carl's
Jr.
Jr.
It's the
and
same
he
thing.
plays all
Yeah,
the
it is
games.
the same thing. I've been their voice for 15 years.
Okay.
I do all their commercials.
You sound very stoner like when you do those commercials.
Yeah.
Do you channel
I
like?
don't channel. It's
You're like, I do.
Your inner surfer.
what's the well, like, how much are we allowed to say?
Anything
You can
you
say
want.
anything.
Anything. My standard direction when I'm recording those is, okay, Phil, that one's good. Can we get a little more fuck you now? So that's a direction.
Nice.
Yeah.
It never sounds like fuck you. It just sounds like you're completely high. You're just so happy that you're eating.
Some of them are. Some of them. Some of the commercials sound like I'm high. Some of the commercials sound like I want to kill somebody. Yeah, it's great. It's the best job in the world. I call that the lottery job.
Oh yeah.
That's.
Now, do you ever make your own stuff up like with that?
I
or-
don't. I've had requests from them. They'll make up some stuff for their gag reels or whatever.
Yeah.
And
The gag reels.
Yeah.
That's funny.
one of the coolest things I ever did was.
Can't imagine that, Hardee's and Carl's Jr. would make you gag.
Not like that. We can't talk like that.
Yes, we can.
No, I can't.
No, I can.
No, you can. I can't.
I actually eat Carl's Jr. quite often because
Well-
they have a turkey burger that's wrapped in lettuce. So
That's
all praise.
that right on. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for.
You know what I
keeping
like
me
about-
in the job.
What I like about Carl's Jr. is the chicken stars and
Chicken stars?
and
Is
that-
on the
that-
children's menu?
well, no, because I like chicken McNuggets,
Uh-huh.
but like there's just something cool about eating a star, that's in chicken. I'm really entertained by
Do they
that.
still have those?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Probably not.
You need to bring those
Well, 'cause
chicken
they have the
stars.
hand breaded white meat chicken nuggets. I
Yeah.
know that. I know. I mean, I know a
Oh,
lot.
can you do that
I
again?
know the products. The hand breaded
Do
white
they-
meat
do you
chicken
get it for
nuggets.
free?
I don't. I don't get
Oh,
it for free.
man.
It's fine.
I did a
Okay.
McDonald's commercial when I was younger,
Mhm.
quite younger, and they gave me McDonald's like throughout high school.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
was
did
a
it-
big hit with all my
I
friends.
did a series of McDonald's commercials when I was 20. So just 3 years ago. No.
Yeah.
No, a long time ago. And no, I didn't get McDonald's, but I did. Wait, this is all before I started Carl's and Hardee's. I did a commercial for In-N-Out Burger. They gave me a coin, which was good for burger, fries, and a drink.
for life. You're like,
No,
for
just
life.
the one.
Just one?
Just one.
What?
I
That's
only
cool.
did one commercial. It
What?
was a radio commercial.
Oh, come on.
And then I did what is it?
That's
Rubio's. And they gave
What's
me
Rubio's?
Rubio's is like
Baja Grill.
Baja, yeah, it's like a
Ruby,
taco.
were you the singer?
No,
Baja
I was,
Grill? That was so catchy.
There was actually they had these two characters that were these two fish, animated fish in a fish tank, and I was one, and my friend Dan was the other. Have you heard of the Dan Band?
yeah.
Damn it,
So
yeah.
Dan from the Dan Band was the other, and Dan Finnerty, and they gave me a bunch of cards for free. There's a taco and a
Yeah.
drink.
Fish tacos.
And there's a Rubio's right off of the 90 freeway in Marina del Rey, and I used to live down there. So I would always, when I pulled off, I'd give them to the homeless guys right there so they can go eat.
Oh, that was nice.
Dude,
of you.
why were you doing that?
These guys need to
Dude,
eat.
thank you for smiling.
Yeah, man, like-
Hey man, it's karma. These guys need to eat. I can afford a taco and a drink. These guys were, struggling to get a meal. So
right. I would just like to see them walk into the Rubios all homeless like and be like,
they did, man. Look, they gotta eat.
So in a previous life, you were married to the voice of Barbie.
I was married to one of the voices of Barbie.
in real life or in like Mattel life.
Well, it's Mattel kind of
she-
life.
When she was a kid, she was the voice of Barbie. She sang Weebles commercials. Yeah, my ex-wife was a very prolific singer when she was a kid. She is still, but she was a prolific commercial singer when she was a kid.
Have you
Yeah.
ever thought about doing the commercial singing, creating jingles?
If I get hired, great. That's my wife now actually just wrote a Dasani commercial. That's got like 4 million hits on the internet, which is awesome. Better Off Blonde wrote it, her and her partner. Commercials pay well.
Yeah.
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever,
Wave of future.
when you're doing these commercials, do you ever, they pay well, but are you ever just kind of like feeling like your soul is lost to the corporate
No.
beast?
Yeah, the whole sellout thing.
Yeah.
No, I disagree with that.
You're going to the
philosophy.
bank.
Exactly. Let's correlate this to musicians. I actually just wrote something about this recently. In This Moment, the band In This Moment just came out with a record on Atlantic, their Atlantic debut, and they'd been on Century Media before. And the new record, while it's not for everyone, is awesome. And a lot of their old fans were like, "Oh, they sold out." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, they sold out. Unless they're trying to sell it every show they play.
Yeah.
What's your definition of selling out?" What I wrote on this post was on Blabbermouth, I think. Until you are the fan who's complaining about them doing this, until you're ready to pay their mortgage or their rent, buy them food, put their kids through school, add to their 401k, give them a retirement plan. Until you're ready to do that, shut the fuck up, because you're trying to deny these people making a living. These are the same people, I'm sure, that complained about Lars Ulrich coming down on Napster so many years ago. Well, guess what, people? Lars was right, because the music industry is screwed because of what happened with Napster and continues to happen in this day. In This Moment, in their first week on that record, sold 36,000 copies. And that's huge. I think that was number 8 on the Billboard 200 charts, something like that. I could be off on those numbers, but they sold 36,000. 36,000 copies back then, back in the day, was nothing and insulting. And a band would get dropped for something like that. The last 2 records that Filter did when I was involved in Filter didn't even sell those combined. I think the last record Filter sold like 13,000 or 14,000 records, and now it's enough for the record label to say, all right, let's do another one. Up until Taylor Swift, her record came out a couple of weeks ago, there hadn't been one platinum selling record this year.
It's disgusting.
It's a business.
Well, but
it is a business.
We need to get back to people actually buying physical copies.
Well,
that's over.
Unfortunately, it is over. It's great in theory, and it's great to say. And yeah, in a perfect world, we should be. But the majority of the public, and it's not their fault. It's just the way society is now. Is that they expect music for free? They don't feel like they should pay for music. They don't take into account the hard work that the musicians put into creating, formulating, recording, mixing, mastering, all the work that goes into it. They don't care.
Right.
And the unfortunate reality with technology is I have a recording studio at home. I can go home and record a song on my own. I can email it across the house to my wife sitting in the house, and somehow somebody can hack into my email and take that song and it could be all over the internet, and theoretically everybody in the world can have that song for free.
It's called a leak.
Well, yes, it's called a leak. Okay, or it's called theft. Say I put it out. Say I put out a CD, and one person buys it. That person then copies it and does the same thing.
Right.
Then that's theft. But people think that they should have their music for free, and we have this super sad joke in the music business is that we're not in the music business anymore. We're in the T-shirt business.
Yeah.
It's the only way. I mean, bands were making money from album sales. Now bands have no choice but to tour.
Do the merch
200-300 days out of the year to make money on their ticket sales and to make money on their merch.
Right. That's true. But it's true in a lot of the entertainment business.
Sure.
In film,
Yeah.
in in art. People are stealing images. They, on Facebook, you put your pictures up,
Yeah.
and people just snatch those
Right.
and they resell them. There's thousands of
Oh, I'm
sites
sure.
out there selling your image,
I'm
and
sure.
you can't do a thing about it.
No, not at all. Sony is a prime example. Sony was just hacked last week.
Great.
What?
Great.
Well, Sony film. I have friends and family that work at Sony TV, and their whole email system, their whole entire computer system is completely obliterated and shut down. My cousin's salary was just posted online.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're posting personal information, but they've also leaked Fury, that Brad Pitt movie, Annie, which hasn't come out yet.
I wasn't I leak it all you want. I was never gonna watch that. I was like, really? I'm not gonna
come
do
on.
that.
That's fine. However, there are people that are gonna watch
Right.
it, and more importantly, there are people that rely on the income to pay their
Right.
rent, to pay their mortgage, to pay So people are gonna lose money over this now. What's the purpose? To show how great you are with a computer? And as I say that, please don't hack me. I have nothing to see.
Because who is Phil Buckman?
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't. I have nothing really to see.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: like, people can have all the computers that they want, just don't plug them into the internet.
Well,
it's like, hey,
Yeah.
guess what? You can do whatever you want. No one's
Yeah.
gonna, until someone figures out how to do that, then that's when I'm in trouble.
Just where is all the money going? I want to know where everybody is spending their money now. If it's not on
Phones,
well,
I'm like on
yeah,
phones, duh.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what we're spending our
iPad
money
stuff,
on.
electrical stuff.
On things to not be able to communicate with each other
Yeah.
in a sense of realness anymore.
Yeah.
It's sad.
A phone no longer is used to actually call.
No.
It's used to.
And what really is bothering me, I'm going to get on my platform now. The fact that musicians and bands are not even, getting together to play anymore. We're not recording together anymore. I'm doing, my vocals in Los Angeles and the bass players in Omaha. And,
Prime example. We played the
it's all
September
over the
Morning
place.
track, right? We started with the
yeah,
September Morning.
we
Okay.
did.
So I did that entire record, sitting on my couch, in my house, not even in my studio. They had emailed me the tracks. I know the singer, September, Emily. Never met anybody else. Never met the producer. She asked me if I would record this record for her. They sent me the tracks. I literally sat on my couch with my laptop and my bass plugged into the Apogee 1 directly into the computer, and because they wanted to do all the amp simulations in their studio. I recorded that record in 2 days while I was watching TV. That's
Right.
that's technology now.
It's the reality of the world.
The Petty Cash song that we're gonna play, a lot of it was done the same way. One of our guitar players just recorded it in his own home studio. The rest of it was done separately, but in my studio.
Well, no disrespect to, any creative process of anybody making things in other places, but we're losing the sense of being able to, jam.
Absolutely.
And over here at NoHo 2 Studios in Burbank, North Hollywood on Burbank Boulevard, they have amazing bands that come down here and actually play, artists that actually paint. And I think that, we've been losing a lot of that. Our venues are,
Completely.
for up-and-coming artists, and there's no place to, hone your talent. You know, you're honing it all alone.
You know, I play. I was talking about Petty Cash. It's Tom Petty, Johnny Cash cover band, and I caught a little bit of flack from some of the true, I say in quotes, people that, you know, when I quit Filter, I quit for many reasons, but one, I just wanted to play with those guys, and so I caught some flack from some people in the organization, in the Filter organization, like, why would you want to play with a cover band? So, well, because with those guys, we actually sit there and we play, you know. That's not taking away from anything from the guys in Filter, because Johnny Radke is an insane guitar player. He's amazing. He really is amazing. And Jeff Fab, who was the drummer when I left, is unbelievable. He actually is playing on the Better Off Blonde stuff, and he's now in Black Label Society. Guys are absolutely top of their game musicians. But it's the type of music that it is there's no freedom to do anything. You know, we play along with tracks, and it's not that we're layering guitars and vocals. There's a lot of sound design in Filter's sound, a lot of the industrial stuff that can't be recreated live. It was done in a studio, you know, scratching of guitar strings and then running them through processors, running them backwards, and creating stuff in a computer that can't be recreated live. So you have to play along with those. But it doesn't give us any freedom to express ourselves musically. We're playing the same thing night after night, and, you know, we have the in-ear pieces, right. And I hear a click track in my ear. Never once do I have to look back. Well, not true. We had 3 songs that we didn't play to a click, and some of those songs we actually could go off and do some jam stuff, which we would break off into some Pantera stuff in the middle of our songs. But generally speaking, we have these click tracks. I never had to look at anybody on stage. It literally would be my voice saying, you know, take a picture, and then a count. And then the song would start. Never had to worry about a drummer counting me in. Never had to worry about, you know, missing a vocal cue. Everything was there. Now with Petty Cash, everybody in that band, they're some of the most badass players that you'll ever come across. The 2 guitar players, Jason Womack and Kemble Walters, are just ridiculous. Jason Womack is a walking music box. He knows every song ever and plays them and sings them perfectly, always. Kemble is a shredding guitar player, but he makes some of the most obscure and bizarre choices. Like, you put him next to another shredder, you put shredding guitar players next to each other, and they're a dime a dozen, but he makes these choices, and you're just like, you know, who thinks of that? Right. You know, it's just brilliance. And Eddie, our drummer, is just such a powerhouse behind a drum kit. And Todd, our main singer, he who happens to be the touring guitar player for The Offspring, he's got such amazing stage presence, and he's got such a sharp mind that we'll start a song, and in the middle of it bust into like a Kings of Leon song, and then bust into, you know, Tommy Two-Tone, and then come back to the original song, and we're just following his lead. We'll take 3-minute songs and play them for 20 minutes, and they never get boring. And not just for us, but for the fans. You know, we read and feel the audience, so it's a true musician's experience. And we always get players to come up too.
And when are you playing next?
Well, I thought we had some shows coming up in January, but they still weren't finalized. So I actually told our booking agent to pull out of that negotiation and try for a later date, because we don't want to half-ass it. We want time to negotiate or to promote.
Right.
So, but hopefully soon we'll get some good stuff going on.
Well, if you let us know, we'll put it up on the website.
Right on.
Let people
let people know.
But yeah, the Petty Cash thing is fun. It's fun. I mean, it's every song we play is a hit. We didn't write them.
Yeah.
You know, Todd likes to say, yeah, this is the best song that we didn't write. You know.
Have you ever met Tom Petty?
I have not personally met Tom Petty. I've met one of the guys in his band, and, you know, I was nervous as hell. I'm like, yeah, I play in this band, Petty Cash, and he's like, oh yeah, we've heard of you guys. I was like, oh, okay. What does Tom think about Petty Cash? He said, hey, as long as they're not better than us, it's okay by me.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Perfect.
I did a movie soundtrack with him, and that was a very nerve-wracking experience, being in the studio. Tom Petty.
Yeah.
You know, it's Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Tom Petty is a very rare and intelligent being.
He is. Well, I don't know him personally. I know him from that 7-hour documentary or whatever, however long that documentary it is, that they put out a couple years ago, and you get a sense of how he is in the studio.
Yeah, he's interesting for sure. As a singer coming in to sing with Tom Petty, he has a very unique voice.
Yeah, he was on King of the Hill. Hell yeah. He played Luann's. You were too?
I did one episode of King of the Hill.
That's right, you did.
He played Luann's husband, Lucky.
Okay.
He was Lucky. It's the most fascinating part of Tom Petty, I think, ever, because he plays this like white trash like guy, and his voice just really complements it. It's like amazing. So
Nice.
when you run into him, be like, "Hey, we both were on King of the Hill."
That's right.
Like,
You
both
have
voice
that
actors.
connection.
Yeah. And Luann was played by Brittany, right?
Yeah, Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. I loved her.
God rest her soul.
I know. That broke my heart. She was like a little sister. I was on a show with her in '92 before she was Brittany Murphy movie star. And she was the sweetest girl you could ever meet. And then I ran into her after the Clueless, after, when she was already a big star, and she was exactly the same.
Yeah, she was very, very sweet.
Yeah.
Her mom too, very
yeah,
sweet woman.
Sharon. Absolutely. Oh.
Yeah. Aw.
Sorry for that turn.
Yeah,
I was just trying to bring up King of the Hill,
Wow.
the dopest like show ever.
So you were on Weird Science
I was
and,
on the series, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of like Weird Science fans around.
Oh, really?
here. Yeah.
I
I'm a
played.
fan of putting bras on my head.
Nice.
It's very fun. Yeah.
Are
Right
you
on.
really?
Yeah. Give me your bra.
No.
Shit. Throw it on my head right now.
No, I'll sell it to
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 5 episodes of that series. I think my character's name was Roger.
Yeah,
was it?
that's what it says. It was Roger.
It was Roger. I played a friend to the 2 guys, and still friends with John Asher, who played one of the characters. I
Right.
don't remember which the Anthony Michael Hall role.
Right.
And he's a good guy, really good guy, good director, great father.
And Blossom.
I did an
Wow.
episode of Blossom. Yeah.
Blossom has turned into an Emmy-winning actress now.
Yeah. Well, she's kind of amazing.
Genevieve Vanoy, right?
That was
No,
6.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That was
6
Yeah.
is hot.
Yeah.
No,
See,
my-
that's all you could think
Mayim
about.
Bialik. Mayim Bialik
Bialik.
from Big Bang Theory. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
somewhat of an amazing person. She is not only plays a neuroscientist on TV, but she is a neuroscientist.
Get out of the city.
She's actually she has her PhD in neuroscience. She is Dr. Mayim Bialik.
Awesome.
Yeah,
How is that surprising?
I know.
It's surprising
It's
to me.
Blossom.
Like,
It's
surprising to
Blossom,
me.
for God's sake.
Yeah, but no one ever says, "Oh, by the way, I'm a," I don't run around with rocket scientists or anything like that yet.
Yet.
That'll be cool when I'm like,
How do
"Yes,
you
my
know?
friend, rocket science guy."
Yeah. And the coolest thing, I think she's her own technical advisor on the show. When they
Is
have-
she?
I would
That's
imagine
really
because
cool.
she's playing what she does.
Well,
Which
she's not
she's
always
trained in.
right.
Well, yeah, but she's a doc. I don't know. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
And it's advisory.
Yeah.
Like, we advise
We
you. You don't have to
advise you.
listen to it.
Truth.
Last thing I want to talk to you about. What you were in SpiderMan on
Video game.
right?
Yeah.
So there's like this big controversy about the new Spider-Man versus the old.
Okay.
Now, define old Spider-Man. Are you talking like 1980s Spider-Man? Are you talking
No. There's
Tobey Maguire
in
Spider-Man?
the games. There's actually they changed it up in the games.
Okay.
If you're a gamer, you
No,
know this.
I don't have
but-
time. I don't have time.
Yeah. All right.
Do you know who played the old Spider-Man that you're talking
I don't know.
about? I'm
Tell me.
I'm willing 99.9% sure it's Josh Keaton.
Really?
Yeah. You know Josh?
I do.
Josh is he was in the cartoon as Spider-Man up until recently. And yeah, it's a mutual friend. I mean, we used to have the same voiceover agent, so I'd see him
Nice.
in the office all the time. I have to say I have no opinion really about the Spider-Mans because I played a bunch of incidental characters in the game. I didn't know much about anything.
Are you like
See, that's
Thug number
hurtful.
2?
That's hurtful.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
hurtful to my Comic-Con heart.
Basically,
I'm sorry.
I went and bought the game just because I'm in the game. I did 2 of them, and I bought it, and I'm a horrible gamer. I couldn't get past the first level,
Right.
but I was, like trying to get through it, and then finally I was like, screw this, I'm just gonna beat people up. And I took a swing at some guy, and I heard like, oh, and I was like, oh my god, I just killed myself. That was awesome.
I'm a cat.
Yeah, I forgot, I just killed myself. That's so cool. But no, I just did my bigger game that I did recently was I think Marvel Avengers.
Oh, really?
I think that's what it was. I don't know.
And
Do you have
you're
it written
gonna,
there?
like,
I played
no,
Ghost
I don't have
and
that
a
on
couple
there.
other characters.
Could you bring us a copy of that?
I don't have a copy, but
Yeah.
No love.
I
get
no
no
love.
love.
I didn't get any copies. So
You have to demand these things. It
know.
should
In
be
your
in your
writer.
writer.
my writer to get copies of
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah. Blue jelly beans and I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, last question.
All right.
Do you have a writer, and what's on there? Anything fun?
From when I was in the band,
Yeah.
there was nothing really fun. I was boring, although I did change a lot of what happened within the band. I went very healthy. I, got rid of all the crappy food on the rider and made them bring us salad stuff. And people don't realize touring takes a lot out of you. Touring is really hard, and the worst thing you can do is eat fast food on the road, except if it's Carl's Jr. or Hardee's.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Or in and out. You're like, or in and out. Or
No, but the problem is that you get stuck in a rut where you'll do the same thing every day, and you can't eat that every day. So,
Dave Rita.
nothing too exciting. No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, that's your task next time you're on the show. I want you to be like, I found something exciting to put. It's every time I play, it has to be next to a beach, and I have to catch at least 3 waves.
See, that I would
Right.
go for. Like, I did think about that recently. That any time if I ever tour again, they've got to be able to take me to a mountain bike trail.
Cool. See?
That's
your
not going to
writer.
happen.
Yeah, I know.
But,
Well, that's on your writer.
It's
Like,
nice.
this
Not a lot
Nice.
of not a lot of mountain biking in the flat part of the country. Yeah.
My
Create
ex-husband.
mountains for me. That's on my writer.
I actually did go quote unquote off roading in Dallas. Like,
Okay.
Oh,
we
that's
played at the Palladium, and I rode up as many crazy things as I could on the way to Dealey Plaza, and which was a couple miles away, and
Yeah.
saw like the book depository and.
My ex-husband and I used to put on these 3-day concert events called Velocity Tour, and we had the Scorpions on, and they demanded, each person in the band demanded a Mercedes for themselves to drive while they were
That's
in
cool.
Arizona,
All
where
right.
the show was.
Did you get it for them?
Yes, we did.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You're an enabler.
I am an enabler.
I've
I am an
seen-
enabler. That's true.
I've seen some pretty
I'd
crazy.
like that money back.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy riders.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
That's just gluttony.
It's too much.
Well, speaking of too much, we've had too much of you, so we're going to kick you out of
All right,
here.
bye.
Get the hell out of here.
All right, see you later.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate
That's
it.
my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And
Coming out in the rain, too.
Yeah.
Man, this beautiful rain, and that's the experience. How was the drive like with Max in the rain? Was she like a girl, like, oh my God, you're driving too close or anything?
No.
I'm from Florida. Are you kidding me?
Max was in the passenger seat, and I was sitting behind her.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
We didn't drive. We were
No,
Passengers.
we were
I'm all about
passengers
the
in
rain.
the submarine.
Okay,
Yeah.
deal. We'll find out with our next guest
It's a
how
smelly submarine.
how it was. Facebook.com/who is Phil Buckman. I will have the link to that link. I'll have
The link to the link.
So the link to the link on the show notes. And real big bonus today as well, because all the songs that we're playing, Phil, you are a part of them.
Right. I play bass on all the tracks, and I gave you those because they just show a complete diverse range.
That's great. This is a very diverse show, so
It's a very diverse
It
show.
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it complements it very well. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool. When we come back, we have on Dave Rita
Dave Rita and Sean Decker.
and Sean Decker. They're going to be on. But before we do that, did you want to do some Petty Cash?
Sure.
Would that be cool? Okay, let's
Yeah.
play Petty Cash, and then we come
This
back.
is one of the best songs that we didn't write.
We'll be right back right here on the Tortoise and Hare Experience.